Did you know that the very air we breathe in Destiny 2 is filled with microscopic explosives? Well, with this build, we can finally take advantage of that. If you have ever wanted to play a build so explosive it would make Datara jealous, then this is the build for you. Introducing the Nuclear Warlock. Star of this build is going to be none other than Sunshot. This season brought about a ton of changes that all mixed together to create the perfect storm for Sunshot. Damage against red bars was increased by 20%, with damage against orange bars being increased by 75%. Reload speed was slightly improved, and while not as important in PvE, there were some pretty complicated changes made to range that actually ended up working in favor of Sunshot. For those who don't know, Sunshot fires explosive rounds. When you kill a target with Sunshot, the target explodes, which then spreads scorch stacks to all the targets around it. If an enemy dies to this explosion, it will also explode, which means you can potentially chain an entire room with one single shot. This item thematically pairs perfect with Sunbracers. Sunbracers make our solar grenades last longer. Solar melee kills will also grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. During this time, you can throw potentially up to 5 solar grenades if you're throwing them back to back to back, although I would recommend only throwing them 4 at a time so that you always have at least 1 grenade available to you. Now that we have our main weapon and armor piece selected, let's look at aspects and fragments. In Season of the Witch, if you are on Solar Warlock in PvE, you are of course going to be playing Well of Radiance. We will be taking Healing Rift for your jump. I choose Balance Glide. For our melee, we are locked into Incinerator Snap. The reason for this is because Incinerator Snap has the potential to instantly ignite a target, and if that ignition ends up killing a target, that activates our Sunbracer so we can start throwing out grenades. It's like the perfect synergy. Of course, for our grenade, we're going to have to use Solar Grenade, as if we took anything else that would make our Sunbracers kind of worthless. For aspects, I have chosen to go with Touch of Flame. This will empower our solar grenades, allowing them to spit out little gobs of lava, and they will also last a little bit longer in the field. We'll also be going with Icarus Dash. Trust me, once you put this on, you'll never be able to take it off again. There's your warning. Fragments wise, they're pretty simple. Our goal here is to create explosions, so let's build into that. First, I have taken Ember of Resolve because it will add a bit of utility to our solar grenade. Next, we will be taking Ember of Ashes to increase the amount of scorch stacks we are applying. Ember of Char is our third option. Anytime we get an ignition, this will spread scorch to targets around it. Finally, we will round things out with Ember of Eruption. For armor mods, let's start out at the helmet. This build is pretty orb heavy, so I have chosen to build into that. I have opted to take 2 Harmonic Siphon mods here because we'll be getting a lot of kills with Sunshot, which is a solar weapon. I also have a heavy ammo finder on here. Sunshot's an exotic primary, and exotic primaries have an increased chance to drop heavy ammo. On the gloves, I have taken Firepower and Momentum Transfer. Firepower allows our grenade kills to generate orbs, while Momentum will reduce our melee cooldown when dealing damage with a grenade. Chest piece is even more simple, though these will be tailored toward the activity that you are actually participating in. Boots are also pretty simple, as the double solar weapon surge is basically a given. This will give us a 17% increased solar weapon damage anytime we have an armor charge. Picking up an orb of power grants armor charge, so this will nearly have a 100% uptime. I have also gone with Invigoration, which reduces melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. Finally, our bond is where things really come together. I have opted to use Time Dilation, which will make our armor charge last longer. I've also chosen to take Powerful Attraction, which will collect orbs when we use our Healing Rift. Finally, I have chosen to round out the build with Outreach, which reduces our melee cooldown when using our Healing Rift. As far as stats go, your main goal is to have resistance as high as possible. I have it at 100, which is tier 10. Strength and recovery are also really good to have, but not as crucial. Discipline is nearly worthless, as the majority of your grenade regeneration. The gameplay loop is pretty simple. Find a red bar and kill them with your melee ability. Throw out 4 solar grenades, then start killing with Sunshot until your melee is back up. The idea is to use Sunbracers as much as you can, with Sunshot filling in the gaps for when you can't. Kill, pick up orbs, kill some more, pick up more orbs, and kill some more. I don't expect this build to perform incredibly well on GM and Master content. This build is definitely catered towards steamrolling legend and lower level activities. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you liked the video and sub to show me some support. I'll have a new video coming out every day for the month of September, so stay tuned and remember,
true art is an explosion!